We're live.
It's Sunday afternoon in sunny Raleigh, North Carolina. It's mostly cloudy, only 58 degrees, but it feels like 63, and I have my shorts on in the booth for Oklahoma City and Carolina. The Renegades are in town to take on the Carolina Skyhawks. Renegades coming in at 4-5, and the Carolina Skyhawks at home at 3-7. Looking to get things tipped off here as the season gets rolling into crunch time. Andy Hamilton along with Ramos Lynn in the booth. Ramos, two teams that aren't necessarily on the forefront of the playoff conversation, but are quiet contenders.
Yeah, they are. I mean, with their passing attack, the Oklahoma City passing attack, they're going to be very tough to defend, especially for this Carolina defense who only has 3 defensive backs on their front. So, it's going to be a matter of whether they can generate some pressure with the 2 defensive linemen, because they only have one corner, one contracted corner, and they have a good free safety and a strong safety. With that lack of corner, if they attack that side of the field, it can generate some problems for the Carolina Skyhawks.
Renegades are led by Deacon Nickens here, who will watch the coin toss come across, and it is tails, so Carolina will get to choose what they want to do with the ball, and it looked to me like they are going to receive and start out on the offensive side, Both teams looking here to get things going. The Renegades are 13th in points per game, averaging 25.7 on the offensive side, and on the on the offensive side for the Skyhawks, they are averaging 19.3 points, which is good for 19th in the SFL. The Skyhawks wearing red will kick to Oklahoma City wearing white. Red helmets for Oklahoma City, white helmets and white pants for the Carolina Skyhawks, kind of New England Patriots-esque. And the ball is on the tee, and the kick is off, and we are underway here from David A. Richardson Memorial Stadium. The return will come out across the 25, and it will be brought out to the 27. Jam Pearson is the return man for the Renegades, and they will start out on offense. Ramos, Deacon Nickens gets things started.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be important here for Carolina to establish their defense here and put some pressure on Deacon Nickens, which is going to set the tone for the rest of the game. They go right now under center, so maybe a good start with J.W. Doyle could be a good sign, so they can then Nickens throw the ball downfield.
First play is a pitch to Doyle, who has some room. J.W. Doyle down the left-hand sideline. He could go. He's in a foot race with Majesty down the left-hand side. Will he get caught? No! First play all the way into the end zone for J.W. Doyle. That was stellar.
Wow, what a great block here on the left side. I mean, 15 seconds in, and we may have the movement block of the game. The guard, look at that. What a great block on the linebacker, and then is J.W. Doyle with open field. Just a foot race to the end zone. He gets in the paint, and Carolina at home gets really shocked here on the first play.
Well, the Renegades were coming in averaging 107.4 rushing yards per game, which was good for 12th in the SFL. And Ramos, they're off to the races there after the first play. Doyle, I was going to talk about how these two running backs haven't necessarily had, the best years and the best careers. They're both young backs, both getting involved, trying to find their footing in the SFL. But Doyle there, I mean, just went off and shot out of a cannon.
Wow, I mean, that's the best run I've seen of J.W. Doyle in a minute. I mean, this is his second year, and that's probably one of the best runs of his career. Great blocking again on the far side of the field, and it was just a great showcase of speed for the big back. DJ Majesty nor the other defensive back could catch him, and Oklahoma City quickly 7-0.
So Oklahoma City will kick off up 7. I mean, if you're just tuning in, 15 seconds are off the clock. No, nothing crazy happened except for a J.W. Doyle super good run. And the Renegades start off with good field position. That was a nifty move there by Harish Prasad, the return man for the Skyhawks, and we'll get them out to the 32, and the fans have something to cheer about as Mark Biddix will bring the offense back out.
You know, this is the time for Carolina now. They have the first offense of the game. Is just basically try to match what Oklahoma City did. Maybe not in the first play is not needed, but at least try to get some points on this drive. You know, you cannot be down by too much against this Oklahoma City offense.
2 receivers to the top of the formation, Mercury in the back. Biddix will toss it out to Mercury on the left-hand side, and the block will fail, and Randy Mercury's first touch of the game will go for no yards to the 32.
Both teams trying to right now exploit the outsides. You know, first a pitch for the Oklahoma City offense, and now Carolina goes to the flats. You know, but both teams right now have backs who have, you know, kind of underachieved a little bit this season, but they are, you know, progressing towards being one of the best.
Shotgun look here for Mark Biddix, coming back from Vancouver in the offseason, and he will throw out route there. Nice toss right over the head of the defender, and it's hauled in by Dupree Hudson. That was a pretty throw as Hudson comes over from Queen City in the offseason, makes that grab right over the head of Thomasina Rahman.
And important for them to pick up this yardage and get a 3rd and short against this Oklahoma City defense. Now, Carolina, if I'm Carolina, I'm throwing the ball again. You know, 3rd and 3, you have 2 good wide receivers. I'm throwing the ball.
Biddix floats one over to Mercury. That took a little bit of time to develop, and Mercury has stood up and dropped a yard shy of the line to gain by Day Drury, and that throw might have had a factor to do with that.
Yeah, most definitely. And again, you know, it was, I will say, Mark Biddix's fault because he, like, floated it like he was a fade, and instead of just slinging it to the running back, so it took some time. To get there, and Oklahoma City gets their first stop of the game, and they will have some decent field position.
So Carolina will punt on their first drive. It took 1 play for the Renegades offense to hit pay dirt. A long run from J.W. Doyle to the north side of the field went for 7. 1 handoff, 1 touchdown for the Renegades, and Ramos, I don't think they'll be able to keep up that ratio all day.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But, you know, if Oklahoma City can have an effective offense from here on out, they should be in a good spot. You know, their defense, I think they will be fine. But it's going to be whether Oklahoma City can limit the turnovers and the sacks.
Here is Nickens' first throw, and that is a completion right across the middle, hauled in there on the near-hand side by Chuck Masters, the tight end, playing right behind one of the greater tight ends the SFL has ever seen, Tiberius Bovine.
Yeah, most definitely. And, you know, this is going to be an Oklahoma City that is tough to stop, you know, with the progression right now because they have rich receiver, they have a veteran, Tiberius Bovine, they have a great quarterback, and J.W. Doyle, who's really improving each game, so let's see what they do.
Flip out to Doyle there. He only gets 2 yards there, so that'll drag down the ratio, or the yards per gain average, but I don't think he was going to keep it up to what he had on that first carry.
No, I mean, you do not expect that, obviously. You know, when you have a big first run, you know, Carolina's going to adapt and adjust to it, but, you know, 3rd and 3, man-to-man coverage on the outside. Let's see if they go to Tiberius Bovine. Nope.
Hand off, Doyle up the middle, and he will pick up 7 yards there to the 36. Doyle running hard today, despite, you know, in the past we've kind of expected more from Doyle, and, you know, he gets ribbed on the Discord for it, but today he is showing out so far.
Yeah, most definitely. And, you know, when you see something like this with a veteran coach, better owner, it's just basically playing the patience game. You know, it doesn't mean that he's going to be like he was in the first season for the rest of his career. He needs to progress. He will get better and better as his career goes on. And now, so far, he's showing he has the speed and the power. against this defense.
Cut down there in the backfield. DJ Majesty was the one who got to him. A loss of 2. Majesty coming over from Alaska after winning last season's championship.
Yeah, he's a veteran who's been in a few teams. He was also with Houston, then with Alaska, and now he's part of this Carolina defense and the main run stopper on this defense.
Nickens to throw here. Will dump it out to Doyle on the top side of the field. And Doyle has a nice spin move, and he will pick up 7 of the 12 yards missing. And you got to love that on 3rd down. Don't try and get every yard back, but get what you can.
Yep, most definitely. And, it's going to be a good play here because it passes not only a pass to the swing, but it's kind of like a short wheel route when he goes to the outside and then he kind of runs down the field. So that gives him some chance to turn the corner and get some positive yards. Now, we have not seen anything from Tiberius Bovine on this first 2 drives on 3rd and 5. I would not be surprised if they go to number 89 on a deep post.
Yeah, we are looking at Bovine for some stats later. I will get to that in only a moment. But for now, they will face 3rd and 5 from the 4D1. 3 receivers spread out for Nickens, who will look to throw. Out route there, caught, turned upfield. That's a 1st down catch and completion to Defletius Giangelo, a Week 3 signing. The rookie makes the key grab.
Yeah, he's been a really good signing here for the Oklahoma City Renegades. It strengthens one of the best passing attacks in the SFL. With a Hall of Fame tight end, with Rich Pratchett, the burner, and also J.W. Doyle can catch some passes and run down the field.
Pratchett, a name we haven't said today. We'll get to him in a moment, the rookie from the draft. Here goes Nickens again, looking to throw from the 49, slings it down the field, caught! Tiberius Bovine, broken tackle, 10-5, pylon, no, he's tackled just shy. What a play on both fronts. Blake Chance, a touchdown-saving tackle, and Tiberius Bovine getting loose.
Wow, what a play, what a throw here for Nickens. He gets absolutely rocked by the defender, kind of a wobbler, and he just puts it up, and Tiberius Bowman makes a great catch, some great speed, almost got to the end zone.
Bovine, the big man, came into the game 108 yards behind number 3 all-time in receiving yards in the SFL. The man climbing up the Hall of Fame charts, currently number 4, and will be closer there after that big grab to reaching that 109-yard total, which would put him at number 3 in all time. We'll keep that going as we can.
J.W. Doyle should push it in.
Hand off. No, he's short. Doyle wrapped up at the line. The Skyhawks come up with a stand on 1st down. It was Majesty was the first one who hit him.
And it was an interesting formation right there. Both tight ends were on the left, and J.W. Doyle was on the right. And he tried to run on the right side, trying to unbalance the Carolina defense, but very disciplined. DJ Majesty and the rest. They go in the same formation. Let's see if they saw something.
Hand off Doyle. Nope, not again. Carolina, another stop. They're going to look to try and make the goal line stand.
Wow, DJ Majesty against J.W. Doyle is going to be the key thing here in this game. And 3rd and goal at the 1. Let's see if instead of running to the middle, they try to swing it to the outside, like a play like the first play or something, trying to switch it up a little bit.
Hand off. No, he didn't get there. Carolina comes up with the stand. Number 73, Ezekiel Hayes, was right there, stood up J.W. Doyle, and Doyle could not find his way in. The stand holds.
Wow, yeah, if I'm Oklahoma City, I'm kicking the field goal. I mean, if you couldn't get it 3 plays, 1 yard, nothing tells me that you could get it in the 4th down. So, great stop here for Carolina, and Oklahoma City will have to settle for 3.
Field goal is up and good. It'll be a 10-point lead for the Renegades off the foot of Johnny Omega. And Ramos, how about that tackle by Blake Chance to save 4 points?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be key, or it could be key in this game if, at the end of the day, it's decided in the last play or something. We will look back at the 4 points that were missed by Oklahoma City. So great stop right there for Carolina, bend but not break. And now they give their offense a chance to score a touchdown, perhaps, and just be down by 3.
The SFL is brought to you by APM Music. Extraordinary Everest, heartfelt messages on the most extraordinary place on earth. Bit Central and Fuel, transforming SFL media in 2019. And Harry's, all you need for a close, comfortable shave. 10-0, Carolina finds themselves in a hole from the 31. Ramos, what do they got to do here? Their first drive stalled out and they had to punt.
I think they have to throw the ball short here to their wide receivers. Maybe a slant route, a drag, maybe like an out route or something. Try to get some confidence under the quarterback's belt.
Strong run from Randy Mercury there will pick up 5. And Ramos, I wanted to talk a little bit about, since you and I are some SFL veterans, about one of the other great backs in SFL history, Johnny English, number 2 all-time in rushing yards. James Klein had a big hand in his career. I looked at the stats. He was only, I think, 200 yards away from first all-time in SFL, so retired one season too early.
Yeah, maybe even one game too early, right? I mean, Johnny English was, he was that type of back, he was just like,
Oh,
wow.
Oh, unbelievable on the sideline. An interception by Greg Gaines. A week 5 signing. Tap the toes, son. How did that guy not get picked up earlier in the season? We'll get a second look.
He runs the route for him and basically plays like a receiver with 2 feet in bounds. And Oklahoma City in the first 8 minutes of the game looks completely unstoppable. They get the ball at midfield.
2 receivers split out, 4-3 look out of the Skyhawks from midfield. Handoff Doyle, a spin move. Doyle still running, gets 9. A strong carry.
That's a great spin move. For a guy his size, he needed to really stop on a dime and make the spin. And he did it beautifully to get 9 yards. As we were saying about Johnny English, he was a really great back who was huge. I mean, he was like 6'4", 260 pounds, and he was just so hard to stop. Just put his shoulder down, and he was basically bigger than any linebacker and defensive back in the field, and one of the best, really.
Hand off Doyle, and he will get to the 38, a first down run for the Renegades.
And just like that, they're very close from field goal range. They're about, we'll say, 7 or 8 yards away from scoring position. And, Oklahoma City here goes in a shotgun formation with, looks like 3 wide receivers. So really aggressive here.
Nickens to throw again from the 38. Pressured now and dropped. Carolina comes through with a sack. Number 93 got to him, and if you don't know who that is, it's Christopher Colon. His name is going to be all over the SFL, having a monster season for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, he has, and this is what I was saying at the beginning of the broadcast. Oklahoma City needs to prevent and needs to really contain the interceptions and the sacks. Deacon Nickens by far the most sacked quarterback in the SFL this year, so he really needs to get rid of the ball quickly.
Flips it out to Doyle on the outside. Doyle makes one man miss, but only picks up 7. He'll make that third down a little bit more manageable. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 39.
Yeah, just basically taking what they lost, and they were expecting probably another blitz. So good play on the swing, but now it's the opportunity for Carolina to put some pressure and get off the field to get their first full stop of the game.
2 receivers split out for Nickens to throw here again. Deep drop, throws the out route there, and it is hauled in. A catch.
Wow. Nice
completion there to Rich Pratchard on the outside. The rookie receiver moves the chains.
Yeah, great play right there by both the quarterback and the receiver. And the offensive line, because that play is a slow developing play. You need some time. So great job right there by the offensive line and containing the pressure. And Oklahoma City has yet another first down now in scoring position.
3 receivers and a tight end split out for Nickens, who has Doyle to his left. Nickens to throw. Left-handed quarterback will toss it out there to Doyle, and he will pick up 4 out of the backfield. And Michael Irvine in the chat wants to know, what about Pete Bruschi? He's a little bit further down on the list, but a good back nonetheless.
Yeah, Pete Bruschi was unbelievable. When I got to the SFL, there were some great backs, including Johnny English, including Elliott Snyder. And for me, Pete Bruschi was by far the best in the league.
Nickens to throw again here, 2nd and 6. Out route there, dropped right through the hands of Devonta Duncan. Duncan's going to have to want that one back, because that would have been a first down conversion.
Yeah, easily. And, this is something that you need to do. You need to execute here to make it a first down. It could be a huge play if you cannot get here to the third down and you have to settle for yet another field goal. So this is where Tiberius Bovine, yet again, he's the big guy, he's the mismatch, and Tiberius Bovine, he can get open, he can pick up a first down, if not more.
3rd and 6 from the 23. The Skyhawks defense trying to come up with another stop right down the middle. Oh, he hauled it in. A one-handed grab for Jafletius D'Angelo.
Yeah, just showing off here, just in a quick slant route. Great play call here. And not even a slant route. He just looked
ran right at him.
Like a seam or something. And he just picked it up with one hand. And now Oklahoma City close from not only now they are in the red zone, but now close to the 10-yard line.
That'll take us to the Quip 2-minute warning. It's 10-0 Renegades on top, and we will be right back on the SFL Network. Brought to you by APM Music on YouTube. Bunch formation here for Nickens, looking to throw, dumps it out to Doyle there on the outside, and he will pick up 1 yard. Well, when we talk about those great SFL backs, Ramos, Brewski, and Johnny English, we then turn to the new backs that these guys have, J.W. Doyle and Randy Mercury, respectively, and how they're trying to get these guys going.
Yeah, I mean, and they have the coaches to do so. I mean, James Klein was the one who really took Johnny English at the end of his career and lifted him to a Hall of Fame status. And, Michael Irvine was the one who, created literally Pete Brewski and made it who he is, also a Hall of Fame back. So, if there's two coaches and two owners in the SFL who can make that happen, are those two, most definitely. I mean, you're looking about, two of the top 3 backs or 4 backs in the entire SFL history. So, it's going to be interesting, not only the present, but the future of both running backs.
2 receivers split out here at the 11. Nickens, deep drop here. Pressured a little bit. Fires back to the end zone. Incomplete. Off of the hands of the defender. That was Johnny Savage back there.
Yeah, and they were trying to go Pete Brewski on a post route. Just like I was saying a drive ago. Look at the post route, and great job on just playing center fielder, reading the quarterback side. He looks at Tiberius Bovine and just plays it beautifully. Is ahead of him and makes a deflection. So now Oklahoma City will have to settle for yet another field goal.
And I stand corrected in the chat. The 2-minute warning doesn't come until the second quarter. That was the end of the first quarter, 10-0 Oklahoma City. My apologies. Trying to get this streaming situation figured out so you guys can watch the game as best you can. Hopefully it has improved a little bit. You're going to have to let us know in the chat, but we are keeping an eye on it and trying to give you the best product. That was not the best product there for Oklahoma City. He whiffed and missed the kick. Omega is no good, and Carolina gets a break.
And Omega has been a kicker who has been clutch in some situations. I remember a couple of seasons ago, he was the one who kicked the field goals to lift Oklahoma City to their first playoffs berth in just like 4 years. But he's been kind of hit or miss, literally. And now he misses yet again.
So still only in a 10-0 hole. Biddix will fire. That's a completion there across the middle. Hauled in there by Dupree Hudson, who came over from Queen City in the offseason. 6'2", 215. Hauls it in the middle of the field.
2nd down and 4, and this is going to be very important here for Carolina. Now they got their break that they needed. This field goal, they were able to make a stop on Tiberius Bovine, who took essentially 4 points off the board rather. So let's see if Carolina can take advantage of it now offensively.
Mercury outside run will lose 2 yards. Not a good carry there for Randy Mercury, and they've struggled to get him going this season.
Yeah, they really have. I mean, and it's again, he's a rookie. He's just trying to progress. There are some other players who took big contracts, so it's normal for some parts of your offense or your defense that is just trying to get there. And he's that one back at the moment.
Biddix fires. That's a nice completion there. L.B. Allen the third was the one who caught it, and now we'll get a look at the quarterback numbers. Biddix has not had the best night.
Nope, most definitely not. But he's getting his first big completion of the game. A great toss on the slant route. And, you know, if he can get some confidence under him, if he can just try to get some timing routes, he's going to be fine.
Biddick's number 18 all-time in SFL passing yards, so despite having some ups and downs in his career, an SFL staple in terms of quarterback yardage, and a guy who'd spent a lot of time in Carolina and now is back and hasn't had the greatest year, but has a nice tossing completion there to the outside, hauled in by 89. Sorry, I was looking for 85. Harish Prasad. They don't have an 85 on their roster, so Prasad makes a little bit more sense. So Oklahoma City at 4-5 is officially in the SFL hunt. They are tied with Vancouver, London, and Tulsa. Vancouver got walloped last night, so they will fall to 4-6. Oklahoma City will move up a tab. Here is Biddick firing a rocket down the field, and he finds his man again. Harish Prasad, the second catch in a row, and that was a big one. First and 10 from the 23, 7:45 to go left in the second. Oklahoma City up 10-0 over Carolina. Twins to the top of the formation. Biddick will throw, checks it out here to Mercury on the right-hand side, and Mercury will not make it past the first man, will pick up 5. It was brought down by Greg Gaines, who made the great interception earlier in this game. Gaines, the rookie coming on to the Oklahoma City Renegades in Week 5. This Renegades team has seen some turnover with bringing on D'Angelo and Gaines, but they are still in the playoff conversation. Floater outside, touchdown Carolina. Harish Prasad hauls it in on the corner route. Had to extend to make the catch, but he does so with a little bit of effort. It was a nice throw there from Mark Biddick to float it to his man, not put too much heat on it, and he beat Brady Clark to the corner for 6. Carolina is on the board.
You know, and Carolina, I mean, that's why they needed. You know, they needed to have a drive like this. You know, taking advantage of the missed field goal, and they just go down the field, play after play, just a quick drive for 6.
Biddick engineered quite some good throws there, and they are on the board in front of the hometown crowd, making this a game. It's now 7-10, and the missed field goal comes back to bite Oklahoma City in the butt.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, this is something that you cannot have. You know, when you're especially on the road, you cannot just leave points on the board. They left 4 points on the board when they couldn't get in the end zone, and now they leave another 3. You know, this game could be, you know, essentially 17-7.
The SFL is brought to you by Matt Doyle Designs, official design partner of the SFL MediaTek Institute. Visit mediatek.edu for diploma programs. Turn your passion into a profession. MeUndies, the world's most comfortable underwear for men and women. So it's 10-7, and Oklahoma City will get the ball back. Defensively, Carolina has had one big stand and then another stand that resulted in a missed field goal. So not playing their best football, but bending and not breaking.
Yeah, I agree. And, you know, this is, you know, 2 tight ends set right now. I think they have to establish the run one more time, trying to get the defense some rest.
Handoff here up the middle. Doyle puts the first man down, but can't get past the arm tackle there. He's hauled down by Bo Rivers Monroe, a veteran defensive tackle for the Skyhawks.
Now he puts DJ Majesty on his back, and both kind of just collided and just toot there. I mean, we are talking about a huge linebacker in Majesty and a huge running back in J.W. Doyle.
3 receivers split out for Nickens here, who will drop to throw. Fires there, and that is caught, but short of the line to gain. It was a nice grab by Duncan, but he was tackled right after catching it.
And, you know, this is going to be 3rd and inches. It's going to be interesting to see what Oklahoma City can do because they just have too many weapons. You know, do you toss it to J.W. Doyle? Do you run it just down the middle? I would run it down the middle just to see if you can get a yard.
He'll do that, and he got just a yard, not anything more. DJ Majesty was there, but not quick enough.
Not quick enough, and a good job by the offensive line and just pushing the first line of defense to the side, and a big first down to keep the clock moving and to keep the possession.
So a new set of downs here for the Oklahoma City Renegades. 4-3 look out of Carolina, one in the backfield. Nickens drops, pressured. Oh, sacked! I thought he was going to get away from it, but he went down after the hit from Dave Olson.
Wow. What a hit. I mean, Phil Hall right there, the defensive end, goes to the outside by speed and by power, and boom. Just like he was nothing. I mean, and again, this is something that Oklahoma City has struggled a lot. It's just sacks, and then it's second down and long, third down and long. You have to throw the ball deep, and then the interceptions come.
Nickens to throw again. Nope, sacked again. Second time on this drive. That time he's brought down by Larry Bain, and my apologies to Phil Hall on the last play. I was looking at the wrong sheet.
Third down and 23, and this is going to be interesting to see how Carolina contains this. I mean, do you go all blitz, try to get another sack? Do you just send everybody back to prevent the first down? Let's see how they do this, and let's see how Oklahoma City, if they check it down, if they throw the ball deep.
Third and a mile for Nickens. He loads the cannon, slings it, and it's picked up! Carolina takes it away there. It's brought in on the back end. A nice interception, high-pointing the ball and bringing it down. It's Daniel Pruitt.
And again, this is where the interceptions come in. You have to throw the ball deep, and that's great man-to-man coverage. So, I cannot falter Deacon Nickens a lot for going to the man-to-man one-on-one, but a great job by the safety on getting the interception, and now Carolina in business, very close to midfield.
It was a matchup you wanted, too. He had D'Angelo against a lesser-paid guy, but just couldn't complete the pass. Carolina will take over. Here is Randy Mercury. That's a solid run from him for 6.
Now they're in Oklahoma City side of field, and Carolina most definitely has all the momentum so far. Now here in the second quarter, as they were able to get a missed field goal, against Oklahoma City. They move the ball down the field, get a touchdown, and now they get an interception, and they're very close from scoring position again. 3
receivers out here for Biddix, looking to sling it again. That one's a high ball and incomplete. Had 2 crossing receivers. And I couldn't tell who he was trying to get on that one.
Yeah, there were 2 players right there in the vicinity of the play, so it was kind of bizarre looking. But now in 3rd and 4, they have a lot of possibilities. I think that they should be throwing the ball to Harish Prasad, maybe on a quick out route or quick slant or something like that.
3 receivers split backs here for Biddix. They'll give to Mercury on the handoff, and Mercury is wrapped up immediately and dropped.
Yeah, I don't like the play call. It's 3rd and 4. You got the interception. You have to be aggressive. I know that you're trying to surprise. The surprise factor of it, but I think that you needed to throw the ball to pick up the first down.
So Carolina will have to punt despite having the interception on the last drive. Can't convert the turnover into points, and Oklahoma City will get the ball back. Kick is away. It'll bounce down at the 5, the 3, and is held there at the 2. Nice job by Carolina special teams to back the Renegades up.
Yeah, that's a great punt, and look out for the safety here. Carolina closed that drive with 2 sacks and an interception, so the pressure is most definitely coming from the Skyhawks side. And, Oklahoma City needs to play this very smart. I mean, maybe a run to J.W. Doyle is not going to be a bad idea to start this possession, because if they drop back to throw, I mean, maybe they're going to get sacked for safety.
Handoff Doyle, not going to get very far. He picked up 2 before being dragged down there by Shravan Prasad, but nothing more than that.
Yeah, Carolina with the possibility of making a stop here and getting some great field position to end the first half. So, Carolina is very important for them defensively to stop the Renegades right now.
Pitch here, Doyle, was able to evade the hit in the backfield. That one was dangerous, made the hair stand up on the back of my neck. Majesty it made the tackle, and they did lose 2 yards. It's 3rd and 10 from the 3.
We've seen it time and time again when, those pitches, there's no blocking on the outside, and they get dropped for about 5 or 6 yards, so it could have happened right there.
3rd and 10 from the 3. They'll give to Doyle again. Now some room, and Doyle gets them out of some pressure. He'll get out to the 9, but it'll still be 4th down, and the Skyhawks will get off the field.
Yeah, great stop right there by the Skyhawks. Not the safety, but, you cannot ask much more of your defense when it's just 6 yards and out. So now is the time for the offense to get some really great field position. They might be like at the 45-yard line, 40-yard line of Oklahoma City. So is their chance to at least score a field goal and tie this game up before the half.
Punt is away. It will be brought down at the 47. And it's brought out to the 29. Prasad, a good return, and now it's the quick 2-minute warning. 10-7. Oklahoma City out in front, but Carolina is driving. 2 minutes to go in the second quarter of play. Two receivers, top of the screen for Biddix from the 29. Fires. Oh!
Wow.
Talk about a laser. That one's complete there to Harish Prasad.
Wow, what a throw right there. Middle of the field, Harish Prasad. And, expecting for that Prasad pass, in the 3rd down before they had to punt. And they do it that time around, a 1st down. And Carolina very close from scoring and taking the lead against all odds. It looked all Oklahoma City at the beginning of the game, and now Carolina in business.
3 receivers split out for Biddix. Stands, throws. That one is complete there. 7-yard catch there from Prasad, who's been all over the field in the receiving game, has really started to shine.
2nd and 3, the ball at the 6-yard line here with a minute left now. Carolina's playing this very interestingly. They let their clock run, so they do not leave anything to Oklahoma City.
Hand off Mercury, left side. Mercury brought down at the 3. I thought he got the 1st down.
Yeah, and I think there's no need of hurrying this up, but maybe they like something on the defensive front from Oklahoma City.
Biddix fires, end zone! He opened! He scored! Carolina, another touchdown, and they take the lead.
I completely take it back. I don't think there's any rush unless they see something on the defense, and they do. That was completely wide open, a wobbler, but it doesn't matter as long as it gets there. If you're that wide open, it doesn't matter how it gets there. It's just the fact that it needs to be on point, and it was. So Carolina takes a 3-point lead, and maybe a 4-point lead if they can convert the extra point. And those 7 points that Oklahoma City has left on the board really, really putting some pressure on.
Yeah, the 4 points from the Blake Chance tackle on Tiberius Bovine stand out in my head as the most significant difference in this game right now. It would be 14-13 if that just would have gone that extra yard into the end zone. So Blake Chance almost single-handedly has the Skyhawks out in front right now with that touchdown-saving tackle. The missed field goal also helped. But Carolina, either way, will find itself out in front 13-10 with 48 seconds left in the half.
Oklahoma City has some time, and they definitely have the burners. Tyrese Bowman is a tight end who runs like a receiver. And they have Pratchard. They have D'Angelo. They are most definitely, with 44 seconds, with a chance of scoring again.
Yeah, definitely. 44 seconds and one of the better passing offenses in the SFL. The Renegades come into the game 8th in passing yards a game with 280. And they come into the game with 391 total yards a game. So we'll see what they do here. Flip out to Doyle. He's dropped there. Oh, that's a generous drop of 2. It looks like he lost 4 or 5 there.
Yeah, I agree. JW with 100 yards, but I will say 60 or 70 of those yards came on the first play. So Carolina doing a tremendous job on just stopping him for basically the entire first quarter and what it's been of the second quarter.
Nickens fires, out route there is caught, turned upfield, spinning, still moving. That was a nice move there by Jaflecius D'Angelo. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the 37, and they will probably take the timeout there as they do. And on 3rd and 1, it'll be one last play.
Yeah, Dick Nickens has a big arm. I'm not sure if he can throw the ball. 60 something yards, but like 63 yards. But I'm not sure if he's gonna even try it. If you call a timeout, you're guessing that you're gonna try it, but I'm not sure if he has quite the arm strength to throw the ball to the end zone from here.
Well, and sometimes we see that Hail Mary throw to the end zone go out of the back, so I'm interested to see. Yeah. No, they won't even line up to attempt it. They'll go 2 receivers, 1 tight end. And with 3 seconds to go, Carolina in the 4-3 might be sniffing out a run play here. They give to Doyle up the middle. Doyle through 1. Nice run by J.W. Doyle to the 47 to pad his stats, but that will take us to the halftime break. 14-10, Carolina has climbed back on top in this game. We got quite the battle for you going here in Raleigh. We'll be back after the halftime break. We're back in Raleigh, North Carolina for the second half of SFL action. 14-10, Oklahoma City was up at first, but Carolina at 3-7 has climbed back into this game. Andy Hamilton, along with Ramos Lynn. No one is doing our stats, so if you want to help out the SFL, hop on the stats team and make sure you get involved and help us SFL broadcasters shine as great as we can. The second half is underway. Carolina will receive, so they are trying to do the Belichick double up here. And Harish Prasad almost did it all on his own, getting out to the 30 floor. What a return. And we'll see Mark Biddix again. Ramos, they climb back into this game despite going down 10-0. And now they find themselves 4 points up.
Yeah, and Oklahoma City has really looked... At least in the second quarter, they didn't look very good at all. I mean, the offense was not blocking anymore. They got sacked a few times. Dick and Nickens threw an interception. So Carolina has really looked good on defense here in the second quarter. And offensively, they really responded.
One back, handoff, Mercury, left side, Mercury with room, Mercury with speed, out across the 40, and he gets to the Oklahoma City 37. That was a big run to start the second half.
By far the best run of Randy Mercury so far in this game. And a good stop right there at the end to prevent a touchdown. But Carolina already here in Oklahoma City territory. And if I'm Carolina, I'm giving the ball to Randy Mercury again, trying to really start tiring this Oklahoma City defense, who's been on the field here for a good part of the last quarter.
When trying to get Mercury going, the Skyhawks came into the game with a league worst 45.9 yards per game on the ground, and they're going to try and get him going. That's one way to get him involved, is just some of those big chunk runs that we see in the SFL. That pass on first down to Toby Jones was incomplete, though.
And Oklahoma City, if they can get a stop here and just force a punt, is going to be huge for them. Carolina, they're in a position where they first have to secure the points. Maybe a short throw, get about 5 to 6 yards, and try to get in field goal range.
Biddix fires. Oh, taken away! Jumping the route, a beautiful defensive play there. Thomasina Raman makes her name known and jumps in front of that pass.
Thomasina Raman right there with a great coverage. The first female safety in NFL history. Great play. Just getting in front of the receiver and making the big interception. Because sometimes, the safeties they get on front of the receivers, they can catch. But that time around, she makes the catch. And Oklahoma City is in business one more time. And a big stop that they needed to get some momentum back.
The Ramans, one of those SFL families you love to hear about. And Thomasina, one of the only ones not playing for Las Vegas, makes a big play there for the Renegades. Nickens fires underneath. That is complete there, hauled in by Rich Pratchard. Haven't called his name too much today, but the rookie looked really good in the rookie showcase, vaulted his draft stock, and the Renegades took a chance on him.
Yeah, and here we have, two showcases of families. It's the Raman, Thomasina Raman, the only one Raman here in this game, but we also have the Prasads playing. So it's going to be interesting.
Nickens fires off his back foot, and it's taken away by Carolina. The Skyhawks, Johnny Savage with the pick, and he brings it back, and the Skyhawks fans love that.
Yeah, and he was due for that one. Johnny Savage had a great play on Tiberius Bovine in the end zone. He couldn't come away with the interception, but now he does. And he takes it all the way into Oklahoma City side of the field, and back we go.
Savage, an undrafted rookie, 6'1", 193, jumped in front of that ball and gave the Skyhawks the ball back here at the Renegade 41. We flipped and we flopped, and nearly no yards exchanged either way. I think the net difference was 4 yards between the two picks.
Right.
3 receivers out for Biddix. Handoff Mercury, stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Oklahoma City, good job coming up to cover that one. Elvis Schumacher with the tackle.
Yeah, we've really had a really good game with great plays. First play of the game was a touchdown. J.W. Doyle running all the way. We've had a few interceptions. We had a few great sacks. Great job, one-handed catches. Great returns by Prasad. It's been a really interesting game so far.
That it has. Handoff, Mercury up the gut. And there's some yardage for Mercury. Picks up 5 to the 36.
And the Mercury 47 yards. And as you were saying, Carolina struggling running the ball in this season. Basically, he's now almost above his average per game. So it's going to be important here for Carolina to establish the run game here in the second half and try to make it work just like they did on the first play of the third quarter.
3 receivers split out. Mercury in the backfield on 3rd and 5 for Biddix, who will take a short drop, throws into traffic. Oh, Prasad came down with it.
Yeah, great route. Great route right there because he just goes to the first down. They know what he needs to get. It's just a quick kind of, it was not a slant route. It was kind of like a drag route, but maybe like an extended one to get the first down, and Carolina still moves the chains.
Yeah, and they talk about how important it is to run your route to the sticks. Prasad, the veteran receiver, his second year in the league, does it just there and shows you what you need to do in that situation. Handoff Mercury, stuffed again. Tay Drury, they'll mark him for a yard. I don't know if he got there, but a friendly spot by Ref 62.
Yeah, I think it was half a yard. I think the ball was like at a 30.5 yard line. He got to the 30, so... Yeah, great stop right there for Oklahoma City. And, Carolina needs to do more of this, but, put the ball in open spaces just like 2 plays ago.
Ramos is out here with his measuring tape showing us exactly how many inches that ball went and how it was a gain of a yard. Whatever you say, Ramos, I'll listen to you. Mark Biddix. Oh, what a throw! Oh my!
That's more than half a yard.
that route there was quite a move by Dupree Hudson. I hope we get a replay because he adjusted. I think that ball was thrown for Prasad.
Yeah, I think he was. I mean, that was kind of like a bizarre route. He was.
Yeah, he took it away.
But,
Biddix was throwing to Prasad, and Hudson broke his route off and said, that was mine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, good for them. I mean, they got the first down, and now they are in the red.
Biddix deep drop, pressured, throws off his back foot, tipped up, and incomplete, dangerous throw. He wanted it all there. He was trying to reward Hudson.
Yeah, in not a bad play, because when you have a wide receiver against a linebacker like Jake Drury, you like that matchup, but Drew basically playing like a Tampa 2 defense where the inside linebacker goes all the way down midfield as almost a center fielder to prevent the deep pass, and did a beautiful job.
2 receivers top of the formation, 2nd and 10 from the 17. Biddix adjusting the play at the line. They have a tight end on the bottom, 2 actually. Biddix throws the out route there, and it's hauled in for 8 yards. That is Dupree Hudson again, trying to make his name a staple here.
Yeah, great pass right there to make a 8-yard gain, now inside the 10-yard line. Carolina needs to take care of this ball. I mean, they cannot throw the ball into triple coverage here and get it intercepted. They need to play this very smart. They have 3 points in the bag, so a run would not be a bad idea.
Handoff Mercury.
Oh, not that run, though.
Yeah, he's going backwards, man. Randy Mercury trying to establish his name. I got to tell you, it's tough as a rookie when things don't start going your way right off the bat. But, Mercury's one of those guys who looks like he tries to stick with it, and we hope he will for seasons to come, despite not having the best rookie season.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Bray Bentley, season 8 was his rookie season, and he didn't do very good, but he just got better, and for season 9 was the league MVP. So if your first season doesn't go well, that doesn't mean that your career is not gonna go well.
Kick is up and good. The Skyhawks at home will take a 17-10 lead over the Oklahoma City Renegades, and Ramos in the playoff conversation. Carolina has been eliminated. Oklahoma City is the team here that is fighting for their life. They, when you look at the playoff situation, are in the hunt, and they are going to need all the wins they can get. The SFL is brought to you by Movement, premium watches, sunglasses, and accessories. Quip, perfect oral care delivered. ScoreStream, the official scoring updates app of the SFL. And SpyGoat, the sound choice. Renegades return here out across the 30, and that is where they will start. So in terms of this game, Oklahoma City has got to put their foot to the gas.
They do, and Oklahoma City is playing with the pressure. Carolina is playing with no pressure because, as you said, they have been eliminated, and they're at home. So Oklahoma City needs to play this smart, but at the same time, they need to stay aggressive because they need this win a lot. And J.W. Doyle with 110 yards. It's a little bit deceiving because most of them came on the first play of the game.
2 receivers split out. Doyle crunched. He looked like a candy bar because he just got swallowed immediately. Gets no yards. DJ Majesty was hungry on that one.
Yeah, and basically DJ Majesty has been the player of the game here for Carolina. He doesn't have touchdowns like Prasad. He doesn't have the interception like Savage, but he's been the guy who has stopped J.W. Doyle on basically about 70% of the plays after that first play that came for a touchdown. So a beautiful job by the linebacker so far in this matchup.
Toss out to Doyle here on the left side. Again. And Majesty has his name almost tattooed on his visor there because he just keeps bringing him down.
Yeah, most definitely. And, this is important when you have a linebacker like that. It can go silent to silent against the big running backs in this league. You think about the amount takes, and you think about the Jack Browns in this league, and DJ Majesty one of those guys.
Nickens wants the long ball, fires. Good defense there from Carolina, batted away by number 34, Jack Burton. Carolina coming into the game only gave up 47% on third down, 7th best in the SFL, and they get another stop and get off the field there.
Yep, great play right there by the corner. He knows that, or the safety, he knows that he has to go down the field and make coverage because it's the 3rd and long. And Carolina yet again will have the ball, and this is looking dicey here for Oklahoma City. They were leading by 10 points, 10-0, and now the game is 17-10. So Carolina with 17 unanswered will have the ball again. And
really just struggled to get a break when you really look at it. The bovine tackle and then the missed field goal. I mean, that's 7 points off the board altogether. And, it could be a tie ball game right now. Instead, they're down by 7 and punting away to Carolina, who has looked red hot.
Yes, and, it's been the situation here with Carolina. Everything is clicking. The defense now is putting some pressure. The corners are covering the wide receivers. The safeties are getting the picks. DJ Majesty flying around. And offensively, Harish Prasad has been running some crisp routes and getting just good yardage on every play. For Randy Mercury, he was able to spring it for like a 30-yard gain. So it's been a situation where Carolina's now clicking in all cylinders.
Third quarter action. Biddix pumps once, fires near side, tipped up and incomplete. He was really trying to make some magic there. Triple covered, and Brady Clark gets his hand on the ball.
Yeah, he needed to put some air on that ball because the pass was a little bit too low. He needed to float a little bit more. But a great job here by Oklahoma City on making the stop.
2nd and 10, still up 7, 4:55 to go here in the third and a whole fourth quarter to go. So about 15, 16 minutes left to play in this game, and Carolina at home is currently in the lead. The question is, can they retain it? Biddix checks out to Mercury out of the backfield. Oh, that's unfortunate. Mercury just towed that white line and couldn't quite stay in bounds.
I was like, stay in bounds, and he couldn't. It was just a 1-yard gain, when he had the potential to maybe get about 8 to 10 yards on that one. And it's going to be huge here for Oklahoma City if they can make a stop here, looking back at that play.
Yeah, the rookie, 6'1", 222 pounds, couldn't quite turn the train quick enough to stay in bounds. Biddix will throw here on 3rd and 9, wants the floater, and it is incomplete. One-on-one, Brady Clark against Dupree Hudson, and Hudson couldn't quite make the catch.
Yeah, great job right there by Clark, and we've seen some tremendous safety play all game long by Savage and by Clark and by different guys. It's been really impressive to see both safety units play. Oklahoma City will get the ball back.
4th and 9, so the defense from the Renegades stands, and they will have the opportunity. And I think that might be the first time Carolina has not scored on a drive since their second drive of the game. Renegades on the return here, and they'll get out to the 33 off the return from Jam Pearson. It'll be 1st and 10 from there.
Yeah, that at least they had to punt. I think this is the first time they punted since then, because they have gotten an interception or picked it about 2 times. But anyway, I think that Oklahoma City now that they get a defensive stop, they have the ball at the 33-yard line. They need to change this a little bit. I mean, Oklahoma City's play calling has been a little bit predictable.
Handoff here, Doyle up the middle. That's a good run from Doyle. Forward, he gets 11. What a carry!
Yeah, running angry right there, just putting his shoulders down, and he just picks up a defender and throws him to the ground in a hard collision. Look at there, man. Yeah, and that's not an easy. That's Johnny Sapp. He's not an easy guy to track down, even though he's a little bit small for safety. He's a very good and safe tackler. Has played a great game so far. So a great run by J.W. Doyle to pick up a first down.
Bunch formation, top of the screen. 4-2 look out of Carolina. Nickens moves in the pocket, floats one there. It's caught by Jafletius D'Angelo. He gets out to midfield on the 4-yard catch right in front of Michael Irvine, the longtime SFL owner.
I like that play. I think that they need to not try to win the game in one play. Throw the ball 50 yards down the field. 4-yard pickup makes it a good second down. If you run the ball here to J.W. Doyle, it could be better.
Flip out here to Doyle out of the backfield, and he gets a yard. So, yeah, you're right. It was a good tackle from Chance, but that's essentially a run play on that one.
Yeah, it's essentially a run play. Every time you do a swing pass, basically it's an outside run, just like that, because it's not even like a screen sometimes. It's just basically 3-step drop, throw the ball quickly. So it's basically a run. As we take a look at DJ Matches, who's been, in my opinion, the player of the game.
Yeah, we'll have to see the extraordinary Everest player of the game here after the fourth quarter, because a lot of good candidates. Free play. Nickens fires. Caught! Nice grab there by Bovine on the corner out. We'll have to check the flag.
Yeah, it's an offside, so there's going to be decline.
I wasn't watching the line of scrimmage enough. I must have missed it, and I didn't want to be wrong. So, offside's free play. I assume they'll take the catch as Bovine found his way down the field, and he's got to be getting close to that 108 yards.
Yeah, double coverage. That's quite the throw, and you have to make that throw because it was a free play, and Nickens knew that. So it's basically throw the ball down the field. You have nothing to lose. And they pick up some really good yardage to be now in scoring position one more time.
And I think that was the first MeUndies laundry on the field. We'll get to that read in a second as Nickens fires deep down the field. Taken away! Intercepted by Carolina, and they're coming back. It was number 34 who made the play, Jack Burton.
Not sure if the wide receiver got bumped on that one, but that's a really poor throw here by Deacon Nickens. As nope, he just overthrew it.
Yeah, he was looking for the corner post, it looked like, and Burton didn't bite on the corner at all.
No, not at all. I mean, he was playing that one with great discipline and precise reading of the quarterback's eyes, and he just took it away from him. And Carolina, with another interception, will get the ball back.
3 receivers split out, 2 in the backfield for Mark Biddix. Mercury is at the tail end of that. Here is Biddix to throw. Well protected. Fires. Oh, what a grab. Diving catch there by L.B. Allen, the third, hauling it in. What a throw.
That's great pre-snap recognition. The free safety was down like a linebacker. Probably expecting another run from Mercury. So that space was completely vacated by the ref, actually. So, I mean, it's just throw the ball down the field now that the safety's not there and pick up some great yardage for the first down.
Split backs here, 3 wide. A 4-2 look out of Oklahoma City might be a good formation to run out of, but instead, Biddix will look to throw. The out route there is caught by Prasad. Oh, that could have been a late hit, and Prasad is not happy about it.
Yeah, not at all. It's a 5-yard game, but could have been 15 yards more after that hit. The refs let him play, but yeah, I mean, I think Prasad maybe had some reasoning behind him.
Yeah, it's one of those calls that's right on the line where you either make it or you don't in the moment, and if you don't make it, you always will have a way to defend it, and if you do make it, you got a way to defend it. So, really, it's a catch-22 there for the refs. They can do whatever they want. Biddix here will fire again down the field, and he just overthrew Prasad there, and Prasad got stepped on a little bit at the end of the play there, too.
I think it was another corner post, and I think that they were trying to make him on a double move, and one more time the pass was overthrown out by the other quarterback, but the Oklahoma City defense was not there to pick it up.
3rd and 5 for the 49, well outside of field goal range, just trying to get across midfield here. I formation, 2 receivers and a tight end out on the field. 8 in the box for the Renegades, and Biddix will throw. Short drop, quick throw, quick completion, quick first down to the 34. Carolina is working some magic here, and Dupree Hudson is pulling a rabbit out of his hat.
Yeah, Dupree Hudson is a really good number 2 wide receiver in this offense. Slant route right there. It's not played well by the Oklahoma City defense. Completely open for a big first down.
Nice throw and catch will make it 1st and 10 from the 34. 1:25 to go here in the third. Time is ticking away, and Carolina is still maintaining this lead. 1 in the backfield for Biddix, changing the play at the line. Looking to sling it, wants it short. Oh, low throw, still hauled in by Hudson. Dupree Hudson is putting on a show today, and it might not mean much for Carolina, but once we hit free agency, I'm sure some coaches in this league will take note of that man.
Yeah, definitely, and especially even if Carolina keeps him, now that you see his progression, now you see what routes are working for him, you just basically work with that. It's something that happened to us, when one season it was not working well, but we saw what happened.
Biddix! Touchdown! Carolina! Sorry to cut you off, Ramos, but Dupree Hudson continues to write his name in the sky for these coaches who might not have noticed him after last season. Touchdown, Carolina. They extend their lead.
Yeah, basically, when I saw that cut for the post route, I said that's game. I mean, that's a touchdown. It's just no safety was there. It was just basically the ref in his path and just completely runs free to get to the paint for 6.
And Dupree Hudson coming over from Queen City is having quite the game here for the Skyhawks over the Renegades. And what I was going to add to your point, Ramos, was that all 3 receivers for Carolina have really had good seasons. I mean, Harish Prasad, we all know what he can do. But then you had L.B. Allen III and Dupree Hudson. It was a good job by this Carolina front office to bring in these receivers. Allen has shown off this year as a whole, but Hudson today has really kind of proved his worth.
Definitely, and it's just basically getting things together. And we knew that it might have taken a season. Last year they picked up this free agents, and now for this season, it was just basically try to put it all together. Mark Biddix coming back, and with a rookie running back, and the defense with a new identity. It was just basically getting some time to put it all together. So we knew probably it was not gonna be this season, but in the next few seasons, if they can put a playbook together, just fitting everybody's, so the players' strengths, I
Yeah.
think Carolina could be a really good team, just like they were to start last season.
Well, and they've had some coaching changes, turnover, and some new guys getting in there trying to get their name on. Ball's on the turf. Fumble. It's still bouncing around down there, and I think Carolina recovered it. Who else but Jack Burton falls on it?
Yeah, and DJ Majesty had a chance at it. He couldn't. But great job right there. Look at that. Great hit. Going to the ball. Majesty couldn't pick it up, but the defensive back does. And this is completely gotten out of hand here for Oklahoma City, who at one point of the game were up by 10-0.
Yeah, it's almost like the Renegades came in and punched the Skyhawks in the gut twice. The Skyhawks kind of backed off, looked at Oklahoma City. They whiffed a couple times, and Carolina has so far since then been just hitting right hooks and left hooks all day. Now down at the 26, they have the ball back. Biddix stands, throws out to Mercury there. He was out of bounds. That'll be incomplete.
If I'm Carolina, honestly, Andy, I'm playing this. Yes, obviously you need to score a touchdown. You want to score a touchdown, but having this in scoring position, I'm just doing nothing dumb. I mean, I just running the ball, maybe swing passes like that, quick outs. Because if you can score a field goal, you'll be up by 3 possessions here. So I would not risk throwing interception again.
Biddix to throw, and that is caught. No risk in throwing an interception when you have a laser like Biddix has had today. Finds Harish Prasad of the 15.
Yeah, Harish Prasad has had a tremendous game. Has a touchdown, great returns in the kick return game, in the punt return game, as we reach the end of the third quarter.
End of the third. One more frame to go. Carolina on top by 14, 24-10 at home, and they have the ball back. It's the SFL, brought to you by APM Music, live on YouTube. Well, to finish my point, Ramos, Andy Hamilton, Ramos, Lynn in the booth, what I was saying was that Carolina has had some coaching changes. They've had some turnover. They're trying to kind of fit the pieces together. Last season, they had 2 stellar coaches who did end up leaving in the offseason, as Mercury will pick up a yard. And so this season, they've given new opportunities. They've tried to teach and learn as they go forward. And now being out of the playoffs, you really have the opportunity to experiment without really the pressure of winning games. It's actually a good feeling.
Yeah, it is. I mean, in the SFL, there's no time and there's no need and there's no interest in tanking. When you speak about the NFL, it's like, tank to have the number 1 pick and pick up the best player. Here in the SFL, you're trying to win every ball game that you can. Even if you're out of the playoffs, you're trying to win. In the draft, there's going to be many great players to pick up. So it's just basically play every game like you're 0-0.
Yeah, just gain your assets, hold on to them, and then in free agency, see who you can grab. And Mercury there out of the backfield with a good run. He'll be an asset that Carolina will most likely look to retain this offseason. 24-10, they are up. They're at their own 4 after picking up the first, or they're at the Oklahoma City 4 after picking up the first down here. 10-15 left to go in the fourth, and Biddix will look to throw it. Slings it out to Mercury, left-hand side. Oh, wrapped up.
Great job.
Stellar job by the cornerback. Greg Gaines, he's had quite the game.
Yeah, he has, had that one great interception in the sideline, and he's been pretty good. He's been pretty good so far on some coverages. He has struggled a little bit with Hudson, but who doesn't? So I think that Carolina, what they need to do here is basically with this type of they're running a different formation now, Oklahoma City, because they were running like a goal line defense and basically throwing another slant to Harish Prasad as they did.
Mercury cannot evade the first tackler, but Jay Drury, we haven't spoke about him much today, but he is a linebacker threat, and Oklahoma City uses him all over the field. He was out back there in a hurry.
Yeah, very complete linebacker. He's a very good coverage linebacker, not only to stop the run, whereas DJ Majesty is complete, but I think the DJ Majesty is more to stop the run mainly.
Yep.
The Brewery, because of his size, can do both things a little bit better.
Floater back of the end zone, picked off, taken away there by Jam Pearson. Pearson was right place, right time. Biddix tried to float it, usually one of the safer passes in the league, but Pearson was there.
Yeah, that's a really bad throw. I mean, double coverage, and it's just a floater. You're basically giving that ball away. So terrible play, and Oklahoma City gets a gift.
So the Renegades will have the ball at the 20, down, but not out of this one. 9:28, only down by 14. Still a lot of game left. Here is the handoff to J.W. Doyle, and he will pick up 6 on the opening carry of this drive.
And there's really no time to panic here for Oklahoma City. 9 minutes, still a lot of time. So you can run the ball still a little bit with your running back. And there's really no harm, especially when your quarterback has 3 interceptions in this game. It's not like there's just 1 minute left and you have to hurry up. 9 minutes, still a lot of time.
Nickens to throw here, fires deep down the field, complete, nice grab there by Jafletius D'Angelo, who found himself open. He was working on Edwards.
Yeah, and the post run hasn't worked really well for Oklahoma City this game, but now it does, as the safety was not there. I think that was maybe a misunderstanding on the defensive coverage by Johnny Savage, but nobody was there, and a big first down here for Oklahoma City.
Bunch formation to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. 4-3 look out of the Skyhawks with Doyle in the backfield for Nickens, who's had a free rusher on him, got it away immediately and made something out of nothing. Good run from Doyle, but an even better play from the veteran Deacon Nickens.
Yeah, great play. I mean, the rush, was getting there with no opposition at all, and he was able to dump it short to pick up some 4 yards and at least make it a positive play.
Yeah, Phil Hall had a free release, and Nickens, got rid of it quickly. 2 receivers spread out, 2 tight ends to the bottom of the formation. They give to Doyle up the middle with blockers. That was a good run there from Doyle out to the 37.
Yeah, good play on that one. As J.W. Doyle has demonstrated he can lose some tacklers at the same time. Right there, staying patient, pick up his blocks, and getting another good yardage for a first down.
So Oklahoma City has something cooking here at the 37. First down, they need about 5 to 10 yards to get into field goal range, but that is not guaranteed, as we have seen at least once today. Nickens deep drop here, pressured, tried to throw it on the run. It falls incomplete as he avoids the sack from Bo Rivers Monroe.
Oklahoma City is in scoring position almost, but I mean, at least a field goal would not be terrible at this point, but really you need to start obviously aiming for the touchdowns. I say it's not terrible because it will be technically touchdown and field goal if you can get a 2-point conversion. But if you're Oklahoma City, you're obviously aiming for the touchdown.
Bunch to the bottom of the formation here on second down. Nickens will fire across the middle. Caught. Lays a hit on him. Rich Pratchard hauls it in before being walloped by the defender.
Yeah, and Pratchard has been very quiet in this game. A tremendous job by the Carolina defense of rolling their coverage against him. He's obviously the number 1 receiver. And, they've done a very good job. And I think that, if Oklahoma City wants to have a shot, they obviously need to mount a comeback. And Rich Pratchett has been a part of it.
Handoff, Doyle stuffed right up the middle. They were trying to just pick up the 2 yards. And for all intents and purposes, Doyle wasn't a bad choice, but DJ Majesty was there to meet him.
Yep. Now, 4th and 2, what do you do? I mean, it's going to be, they were going to kick a field goal. I think it's a good choice to kick a field goal. If you're an Oklahoma City fan, if you're an Oklahoma City fan, you're kind of like not looking because Omega missed one earlier in the game. So let's see if he can convert this one from 46 yards out.
Snap a little high. The hold was down. Omega will get the kickoff, and it is no good. He pushed that one right as well. The woes continue here for Oklahoma City. They come up empty. Yeah,
that's 10 points now. That Oklahoma City basically, what they have right now. You can put 10 more on the board, and it's just been that kind of game here for Oklahoma City since the first quarter. It's just been, mistake after mistake.
4 down linemen, 3 linebackers here for Carolina, who take over with 6:16 to go. Now Biddix to throw here, wants the deep ball, and he's got it! That man, Dupree Hudson, is having a day!
Yeah, Hudson trying to take the player of the game award from DJ Majesty's hands, at least in my opinion. But, a great job right there on the post route, and that's been open here for the last 10 minutes of the game or so here for Carolina. They've tried to exploit that post route, and it's worked.
Well, and you said it, Ramos. I mean, this game could be tied right now with the way that Oklahoma City has kind of missed on some of their opportunities. 2 missed field goals, 1 tackle, which kept them from being in the end zone. Biddix throws there. Prasad, a one-handed grab to the 32. These receivers for Carolina are showing off, but the score will not tell you the story of this game if it holds.
Yeah, and if not tied, at least being like 24-20. I mean, it's just like it would be just like a 1-possession game, and instead, Carolina has a chance to score again and make it a 21-point lead.
Biddix to throw here is protected and will toss. Nearly taken away twice. The Renegades had plenty of opportunity to pick that one, just couldn't haul it in.
And this is all the missed chances that Oklahoma City missed field goals, not getting the touchdowns, not making the interceptions. It's all piled up here for Oklahoma City since the second quarter.
2 receivers top of the formation. Mercury, the lone back in the backfield, a 4-3 look out of the Oklahoma City Renegades. They will hand to Mercury on the right-hand side. Mercury will pick up 3, and it looks like they're going to start milking this clock up by 14.
With 5 minutes left here, the ball at the 30-yard line, Carolina then scoring position. Of course, they don't have like a contracted kicker, Carolina, but, it's technically scoring position. So I will run the ball here again with Randy Mercury.
Biddix to throw again, out route there. Oh my gosh,
man.
That one could have been dangerous. Hudson, the route was jumped, and I think James Klein is telling him there, hey, come back to the ball a little bit, buddy. Help us out.
Yeah, I mean, if that's intercepted, that's Big Six. That's Big Six City. But, Carolina runs lucky with that one, and with 4th and 7, if they can get this field goal, I think this game is going to be in the books.
4th and 7, field goal unit is on. It'll be about a 46-47-yarder here with 4:42 left to go in the game. Ezekiel Klein lines it up. The kick is up, and it is good from 46. Carolina extends 27-10, a 17-point lead.
Yeah, that's a clutch kick right there. 46 yards out for Ezekiel Klein, and he puts the ball beautifully between the uprights with plenty of leg. And Carolina, I think that with that, they should be home with the win. I mean, it's just 17 points right now, 27 unanswered here for Carolina, and there's just 4 minutes and a half here for Oklahoma City to try to do something.
And they're putting it on the defense. Coming into the game, Carolina's defense was 18th in points per game, giving up 30.2. They were 17th in yards per game, giving up an average of 399, as Pearson has a good return out to the 35. Their defense, for all intents and purposes, was not the strength of this team. Their offense wasn't much better. They were struggling in terms of the league, and they were going up against a very high-powered offense. The Renegades were 13th best in terms of points per game, scoring around 25 per game, have only managed to score 10 here, and if you take away the opening carry from J.W. Doyle, they, for all intents and purposes, have been shut down by Carolina. Flip out to Doyle here is only good for a yard, and that kind of gives you the exact definition of this game. Oklahoma City had success early. They got up 10-0, and from then it's been all Skyhawks. Toss there, that is good for 9, and good catch there by Devonta Duncan.
Yeah, and Oklahoma City now obviously they're gonna be hurrying it up for the rest of the game. A great.
Oh my! Nearly picked off, and that would have been dangerous on the return as Carolina was looking for pay dirt. Shravan Prasad.
Yeah, I was gonna say great job right there by Nickens on eluding one gonna be sacked, but he just basically throws it right into the defender, and that could have been another pick six and another touchdown for the Skyhawks.
4th and 1. The Renegades need to get a first down conversion if they want to keep this thing going. From the 44, 4:01 left to go in the 4th. Nickens, quick toss, that's a completion there. Bovine, Mr. Reliable on the out route, will pick up the first down yardage to the 48, and now they'll go hurry up.
Yeah, at least they got the first down. Now they have to hurry up and really need to score in the next 45 seconds or so.
Nice throw there. It's caught by Bovine. I would go right back to that play.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Down by 17. Not impossible, but it is unlikely. Here goes Nickens again. Check out route there to Bovine. Will pick up 7, but he stayed in bounds. Renegades trying to preserve those timeouts as well.
Mm-hmm.
Nickens moves in the pocket, pressured, throws. Oh, it's dropped by number 83 for the Renegades. Chuck Masters, the backup tight end, had a catch earlier in tonight's game, but couldn't haul that one in.
Yeah, that's not a great play right there by the backup tight end. It's going to be a 3rd and 3. The only redeemable fact is that the clock stopped, but you needed to have that first down. With 3rd and 3 here, looking at the offense, look at 4 receivers. I will go with Rich Pratchett on this one.
From the 27, they need 3 to get the first down. There is the throw to Pratchett. You called it, Ramos. He's got the first down to the 18.
It's basically doing the same thing. And Carolina is going to allow all of it. Just basically, they will give the middle of the field, do whatever you want. Oh!
Pressured immediately and dropped. Bo Rivers Monroe was not blocked at all by the center for the Renegades, Dalton Otto. And Monroe was in there, and Nickens had to just throw it away.
Yeah, essentially, and the clock will stop again, 2nd and 10. They basically need to score on this play. I mean, they need to score 3 times. So it's basically right now do or die for the Renegades. Look at the top of the field. Maybe a corner route will be a good idea.
3 receivers wide here for Nickens, who will look to throw. Nickens stands in the pocket, delivers there to Pratchett, who gets to the 12, 4 yards shy of the line to gain, and they got to get in the end zone.
Yep.
Nickens to throw again. Out route there is caught, turned upfield by Jafletius D'Angelo, got the first down to the 8.
Yeah, they need to put the ball in the end zone on this play.
Nickens throwing back in the end zone, caught, touchdown! Devonta Duncan was there, and he hauled it in and kept the feet in bounds. What a play.
Yeah, great play, great seam route on that one to get the touchdown in a really poor coverage by the safety on that one, and that cost them dearly. And Oklahoma City puts their first points on the board, I think, since the first quarter.
Now Omega out with this kick. Could make it a 10-point game, 2.5 minutes. It's not impossible. They did manage to save all 3 timeouts on that hurry-up mode, and we still have the 2-minute warning to go. Kick up and through. It is 17-27. Renegades down by 10. Ramos, you almost certainly have to try the onside here.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you still have 3 timeouts. So, somebody could say, get the ball back to Carolina, play some defense, but in this situation, you need to get the ball back right now. I mean, there's still 10 points, so you need to kick the short kick, the onsides.
They do. It's a bouncer. It is into the hands of Carolina, well covered, and brought down at the 43. Getting behind it to put his hands on it was L.B. Allen III, and Carolina has the ball at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Carolina putting L.B. Allen III. The safe hands on this special teams unit. Back there to recover the onsides, and just Carolina, everything they need to do is get a couple first downs, and this is going to be over.
Well, and the one problem is their running game has not been stellar tonight, and that is what you would hope to lean on. Here goes Mercury with some room. Randy Mercury, nice carry on first down for 8. That'll help.
Yeah, that will most definitely help right there. That will take the game to the 2-minute warning, and basically Oklahoma City holding on for dear life.
Well, you saw it there, 56 yards on the day for Randy Mercury. Not anything too stellar. They haven't called his name too much, and they're going to have to call it here as we hit the Quip 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go in the ball game, and Carolina is still on top by 10. And we will get this read going here in just a second because we actually missed it earlier. There was an interception right after the 2-minute warning. Quip Design delivers simple ways to keep your mouth healthy with time vibrations. Brush head refills for $5, refilled every 3 months, covered with life for free shipping for life. Use the link posted in chat, and your purchase will help support the SFL through our sponsorship. Quip, a more wholesome clean. Handoff Mercury, and he is brought down shy, and Oklahoma City immediately takes a timeout.
And it's going to be important here for Carolina. If I'm Carolina, I'm running the ball game. Risking an incompletion even will be bad. Will be really bad. An interception will be worse. So I'm not risking anything.
You dare throw it?
Yeah, I mean, I will not. It's 3rd and 3. I will give the ball to Randy Mercury. Whether he gets a first down or not, I'm running the ball.
They will give to Mercury off the right-hand side. He's dropped, and the timeout comes through. So Oklahoma City gets out of all that. They let, I think it was 35 or 36 seconds off the clock. And they will get the ball back down by 10 with 1:54 and 1 timeout to go, Ramos. So they're going to need a score here rather quickly to have some time left, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, not at all. Johnny Savage asking any interception. Yes, you had a couple of them. Burton had 1. Cologne had 1 sack. That pushed him to 14 in the season.
It's a good punt there out at the 8. Coffin corner there coming for Carolina. Scott Davis, what a punt from him at a critical point in the game.
Yeah, great Coffin corner punt, putting the ball inside the 10-yard line. And Oklahoma City will need 92 yards to score a touchdown here. Even if they can score a field goal, if they can drive the ball down the field fast and they score a field goal, they need it either way. So, but they have a lot of work to do.
They've taken some deep shots out of this bunch formation. Nickens lines it up, but just checks it out to Doyle. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's almost unacceptable at that point. Doyle goes immediately out of bounds and loses 6 yards.
That's come on, man.
I think they were trying to catch him off guard, and I don't know if Doyle just lost his footing or what. I mean, the throw was a little behind him, but not enough to do that spin move.
Yeah, that's not good. I mean, at this point, even if he catches it, at this point, I mean, you need to throw the ball down the field. I mean, you literally have nothing to lose at this point. If it gets intercepted, whatever.
Yeah, you've lost the game already if you don't give a shot.
Yeah.
2nd and 16 here. 2 receivers out for Nickens, who is going to throw it down the seam, and that was into all types of coverage. He had D'Angelo, it looks like, on the top of the screen in single coverage, but he tried to force it to Bovine.
And, well, now it's 99 yards, so it's at the 1 yard line with 3rd and 16. And, what do you do at this point? I don't know. I mean, it's either, Rich Pratchard maybe getting loose. But obviously, Carolina's going to be playing all back. I mean, they're just going to drop back on defense.
Nickens pressured, evades it, throws, caught! Oh my gosh, Deacon Nickens! Wow, Jaflecius D'Angelo was there, but Nickens did a magic trick in the end zone and evaded the safety.
Wow, that's one of the best plays we've seen all game. That's great, just stepping up in the pocket, delivering a perfect throw. They have 1 timeout, so they take it. Now they have none left, but what an amazing play here by Deacon Nickens to keep the game alive.
3 wide here. Doyle, the lone man in the backfield, 93 seconds on the clock, which is stopped. Nickens to throw, flips it out to Doyle there. Get out of bounds. He won't. He stays in bounds, picks up 3.
He needs to throw the ball down the field again. I mean, 1:22 left and counting.
Nickens to sling it, stands in the pocket, now firing down the field, and it's caught! Oh! Still on his feet! Rich Pratchard! Are you kidding me? 10-5! Deacon Nickens fired it, and the Lord said yes! Touchdown, Renegades!
This is not over. There's no timeouts left for Oklahoma City, so everything the onside kick. But this is most definitely not over yet. 27-23 here, with the extra point is going to be just 3 points. And if they can get an onside kick, they don't even have to score a touchdown. It's just basically getting in field goal range with Omega.
No. If they get the onside kick, they have to go for the touchdown. Omega's missed 2 today.
Can he miss 3 though?
How can you trust him from anything longer than a field goal or than a chip shot extra point range, Ramos? I don't know if I agree with you here. I mean, if it comes down to the last play of the game, you try it. But, like, if you have 20 seconds left, you might as well toss it to the end zone. You've had more luck with that than you had with Omega. Kick is up and good for the extra point. It's a 3-point game with 69 seconds left to go.
I understand your point. I mean, it's just basically... No, I get you. I mean, yeah, you trust more Tiberius Bovine than you trust Omega.
Well, it just comes down to, at how much time is on the clock and what are your options. But first, they have to get this onside kick. Omega checks that everyone's good, and with 1 minute and 9 seconds left, gets the boot to it. It bounces high in the air and is fielded by Carolina. Oh, a spin move! Carolina! I've never seen it! 10, down to the 14. What a return! Unbelievable scenes. It was number 30, Grayson Klein, with a nifty move.
Oh my goodness. It's been one of the craziest last, I will say, 2 or 3 minutes we've seen in quite some time.
Yeah.
Some of the most exciting in the season by far.
I thought he was going.
The ball. Yeah, me too. I think I'd say,
wow.
Look at that. Three players missed on that one. And, wow. Now, all Carolina needs to do is just take some knees. Sorry for the graphic. Apologies for that. There's no timeouts left for Oklahoma City, so there's just 2 more knees to go, and Carolina gets the win.
Yep. Barring disaster, Carolina will somehow hold on to the 3-point victory despite Oklahoma City really rising from the dirt here late in this game. They just didn't have enough time on the clock. First knee from Biddix, and that will drag the clock down. Well, Ramos, I told you earlier the score at the certain moment would not tell the story of the game, and it still, I believe, does not, because either of those Omega field goals going through and Oklahoma City would be tied here.
Yeah, let alone the big tackle on Tiberius Bovine,
yeah.
Let alone that, but just the 2 missed field goals by Omega is just the game right there for Oklahoma City.
Blake Chance with the early tackle, which saved 4 points from the touchdown, and the Skyhawks really relished in those points, turned it on, and the momentum shifted, and at home it looks like they will hold on to this 3-point victory to improve to 4-7 and drop the Renegades to 4-6, which most likely will take them from in the hunt to the win out with some help situation. As we look across the board here, Vancouver also dropped to 4-6. London, Tulsa, and Queen City also in that conversation, along with Las Vegas, Sioux Falls, Chicago, Tallahassee, all those teams within a win or 2 of each other. San Francisco's in the conversation as well, Ramos. Carolina out of the playoff conversation, but they get the win today. What was your best play of the game? Because we had a couple of them to choose from.
Yeah, there's a couple of them to choose from. Best play of the game. Sorry. Yeah, it's tough. You could go with several of them. The first play of the game, J. goal and a pitch play going all the way for the end zone was huge. At the end of the game, that pass to Rich Pratchett for the end zone, to get the touchdown was huge. I'm not sure. I think it was just a collective plays. For anything that Carolina did from the second quarter all the way to midway through the fourth was just plain brilliant. I could go with not James Klein's. I could go with Klein's field goal at the end, the 46-yard field goal, which basically sealed the game as a play of the game. So there's too many to pick from.
I think it's either that or Blake Chance's tackle on the goal line to keep Tiberius Bovine.
Me too, yep.
Because that is a 4-point swing there that decides this game. At the moment, it wasn't nearly that important. But in the grand scheme of things, that 4 points was the difference between Carolina being up 27-24 or Oklahoma City winning the game. So to me, it's Blake Chance's tackle. It will go down in history as one of the better tackles that saved the touchdown because Carolina was able to put more points on the board and win the game. There's a Jam Pearson interception as you look down. Lots of big plays, including that Grayson Klein spin move on the onside that would have been infamous if he would have found his way to the end zone.
Yeah, and good for Carolina he didn't, because if you touch, you're technically giving Oklahoma City a chance. So it's better that he got tackled, so Carolina just put a knee on the ground and they took it home.
Yeah, very true. Didn't think about it that way, but a very true sentiment there that makes a big difference. So Carolina will get the 27-24 victory. Oklahoma City will fall. I don't believe they are eliminated, but Cameron Irvine will have to let us know. From finals around the league, Alaska defeats San Francisco 27-20 in the Bay Area. All other scores can be found on the ScoreStream app. And we still have a few weeks left to go, so if you are looking to get involved, make sure you join the Discord here as we look at Rich Pratchard running down the field to score late in the game.
Yep, and I think that Oklahoma City demonstrated at the end of the game what they really do. I mean, they were able to connect now with finding those guys. As we see the player of the game, Harish Prasad
is your Extraordinary Everest player of the game. 10 receptions, 112 yards, 2 touchdowns. Was all over the field tonight and was there specifically when they needed him. For everyone at the SFL, we want to thank you for joining in. Brought to you by APM Music. For Andy Hamilton, Ramos Lynn, thanks for joining me, buddy.
Thank you very much for you, Andy, and everybody who joined us.
We'll see you next week. The SFL continues tomorrow night on YouTube.